My first book of this week is Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. And I hate to say that Regretting You is the sentiment I have toward this book. It wasn't horrible. It was mediocre, and I gave it 3 stars. I could get through the book, but it wasn't always pleasant. The basic synopsis of the story is that Morgan Grant and her daughter Clara really seem to have nothing in common, and the only thing that really holds their family together is the father, whose name is Chris. Well, one day he's involved in a tragic accident and dies, and Morgan finds comfort in the arms of a man who their relationship is pretty questionable. And then Clara finds comfort in the arms of a boy that she has been forbidden to see. And it really seems like the chasm between mother and daughter grows further and further apart as the story goes on. That's all I'm going to leave you with. I could take this book or leave it, and I hope this is not another week of mediocre reading for me. It's Monday evening, and today I started reading a book called Mad Honey by Jodi Picoult. I'm going to go ahead and give you a synopsis of the book. Olivia McAfee knows what it feels like to start over. Her picture-perfect life, living in Boston, married to a cardiothoracic surgeon, and raising a beautiful son, Asher, was upended when her husband revealed that he had a darker side. She never imagined she'd end up back in her sleepy New Hampshire hometown, taking over her father's beekeeping business. Lily Campanello is familiar with do-overs, too. When she and her mom relocate to Adams, New Hampshire, they both hope it will be a fresh start. For a while, these new beginnings are exactly what Olivia and Lily need. Their paths cross when Lily and Asher, Olivia's son, fall for each other. One day, Olivia receives a phone call and Lily is dead, and Asher is being questioned by the police. This book sounds intriguing, and I will give you an update as I go along.
2,000 years later.
I finished Mad Honey last night, and this has to be one of my favorite books that I've read so far this month. It gets beat out by Book Eaters, which is the best book I've read this month so far. I would say I'm going to give it about 3.75 stars. It was readable, serviceable, but it didn't wow me. I'm picking up Neil Gaiman's Neverwhere again tonight, and I'm going to work through that since it's an ebook. I find ebooks a little bit harder to read, but I love Neil Gaiman, so I will catch up with you all later. Well, in typical Christie fashion, I've gone and done it again. I chose to pick up another Colleen Hoover book after such a disastrous first book that I read of hers earlier this month. This book has turned out to be just a little bit better, although there were parts in it that I found to be unbelievable. Here's the synopsis of Reminders of Him. After serving 5 years in prison for a tragic mistake, Kenna Rowan returns to the town where it all went wrong, hoping to reunite with her 4-year-old daughter. But the bridges Kenna burned are proving impossible to rebuild, no matter how hard she works to prove herself. The only person who hasn't closed the door on her completely is Ledger Ward, a local bar owner, and one of the few remaining links to Kenna's daughter. This relationship is very risky for them both. They both have a lot to lose. Kenna must find a way to absolve the mistakes of her past in order to build a future out of hope and healing. Like I said, this is an improvement over the other Colleen Hoover book I read this month. It was a little bit unbelievable in parts, but I did find myself enjoying the narration. So I'm going to go with about 3.7 stars for this one, 3.75 stars for this one. It's October 28th, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this vlog. I got the date wrong on the introduction little card there at the beginning of the video, and the next week starts tomorrow on the 29th. I'm in the middle of reading Neverwhere, and I'm pretty certain that I'm not going to finish reading it today. But even if I do, I'm just going to go ahead and include it on the next week's wrap up. I hope you guys have had a great week, and I hope you're enjoying fall.